Hi there, YouTube. This is Holly C. Looker with my show Zoe Politicon, the political animal. And I should be getting ready for bed right now, but I couldn't go to bed until I made this video about what is going on in France right now. So I've been following the news today regarding riots in France and the election coming up, and someone was assaulted by police over there. So I'm just going to show you a few articles that I've found today. So we've got Marine Le Pen, who looks like, according to mainstream news, is going to win the first round of an election in France. And so I haven't really heard of her before, so I started to do some research about her. And this is straight off the Wikipedia. Marine Le Pen, known as Marine Le Pen, is a French attorney and politician. She's president of the National Front, a political party in France. She is the youngest daughter of young-time FN leader Jean-Marie Le Pen and the aunt of FN MP Maréchal Le Pen. Le Pen joined the National Front in 1986, and so it looks like she's like a, family politician family in France, and she has got some big connections. She's been in office a long time, and described as more democratic and Republican than her nationalist father, Le Pen has led a movement to demonization of the Front National, to detoxify it and soften its image, based on renovated positions and renewed teams, also expelling controversial members accused of racism, anti-Semitism. She finally expelled her father from the party. So she has also relaxed some political positions, advocating for civil unions for same-sex couples, instead of her party's previous opposition to legal recognition of same-sex partnerships, accepting unconditional abortion, and withdrawing the death penalty from her platform. So she could be the first female president in France, too. So it looks like they kind of describe her as centrist. I don't know. She seems more centrist than what we would call Republican here in the United States, especially around the social issues and abortion, death penalty. So I wanted to scroll down. There's a pretty long list about her life and her work, but I want to pull up her thoughts about economics. So because that's what I'm usually pretty interested in here. So, let's see. There's an article that says that an AI has projected that she's going to win. So I don't know what that really means, like if she's actually going to win or if that's just the mainstream news saying that she's going to win. Okay, she's opposed to free trade, which I think the free trade agreements, we had a lot of liberal people here in the U.S. saying that they were opposed to TPP. And here we go, Eurozone. She is a strong opponent of the euro and advocates France to leave the common currency. She claims that the implementation of the euro entailed a rise in prices, and its abandonment would lead to increase in purchasing power. Quoting economic data from the Eurostat, she notes that the European countries which did not enter the euro display higher performances than countries in the Eurozone for 10 years. So this is pretty similar to Brexit and what's going on in Macedonia. If you are in Europe or you're in France specifically, let me know what you think about her and if you think she's going to win and what your thoughts are about who she is. Just because I haven't seen much mainstream news about her in America. So I did find this. This is CNBC, and it's Le Pen is on course to be France's next president, fund manager says from AI analysis. So, let's see. The French vote is split into two phases, with the top two candidates from April 23 round due to face each other in a second runoff on May 7th. So she looks like she's going to win in the first round anyway. I don't know if someone winning in the first round is a good predictor that they're going to win in the second round. So Her policies mirror those of Trump. She is a fierce critic of open borders and free trade. Like the White House chief, she also believes in nationalism and economic protectionism, having vowed to pull France out of the European Union. So I wonder if she's the only one that is calling for that, who's on the ballot, and maybe that's why she's doing so well. So it's interesting that the United States is comparing her to Trump. So, but we don't know. We don't know just because the AI or the mainstream news says that she's going to win. We certainly learned that with the Hillary Clinton campaign. They said that Clinton was going to win here in the United States, and she did not win. So who knows? So, and people are saying that if Le Pen were to win, markets would riot in France because of her comments leaving the European Union. And people said that when Trump was supposed to get elected into office too. So it's highly questionable whether she'd be able to initiate a French exit from the EU or the Euro if she did win, because Parliament would not likely pass much ideas, but the initial market reaction would be very volatile and very negative. So people are warning that France is going to go into turmoil if she gets elected. Meanwhile, France is already in turmoil. They've been having, here's the next article I've pulled up here. So, a black man accused French police of raping him. Police claim it was an accident. So this is actually on mainstream news in America. So they're saying this guy says he was assaulted by the French police by a baton, and so people have been protesting and rioting in the streets. And I had heard somewhere that actually the Eiffel Tower is getting a barricade put around it now, so that they can kind of like protect the space and try to protect their tourism industry, because Paris's tourism industry is not doing well over the past couple years, and that France relies heavily on tourism, and especially Paris. So you can look up this article too, and Hollande has gone and visited this young man who was supposedly assaulted by the police. So I typed in France riots because I had heard that people have been rioting in France for several days because of this. And so I typed in France riots into YouTube, and I don't like that title here, Muslim riot in France, because I think there's actually something strange going on here, and it looks very much like the Black Bloc protests that we've been having, or the Antifa, rather, that we've had after Trump got elected, and after Milo tried to have a speech in Berkeley. There were these men all dressed in black, all wearing the same exact thing, and they were the ones causing the destruction to property. And people are burning a lot of cars in France, so for sure. So I think it might be a mix of maybe some provocateurs and just young people on the street. So here's some video that I just found. Let's see here. So this was published today. Vous êtes en live, vous êtes 1400, vous êtes sur Twitter, vous êtes en direct, Instagram 93. Partagez. 1500, vous êtes en direct, vous êtes 1500. So just look at all those people in black. Like, I know French people wear black, like that's very chic, but also like completely black pants, like everything, faces covered, very similar to what we were having here in the US. Alright, so you get the idea. So it looks pretty similar to what's been going on here in the USA too, as far as the rioters. And I don't know, it could be a mix of, paid provocateurs and people who are just in the area and people who are upset about police brutality. There's a lot of reasons. So I just have a quote from Le Pen that I found. So it's last week it says on the 7th and 8th, riots occurred across numerous northeastern Paris suburbs associated with social deprivation and high immigrant populations. That's according to Breitbart, but the French presidential candidate and Front National leader Le Pen slammed the French government for its paralysis on the matter on Wednesday. The forces of order are targeted by bands of scoundrels, Le Pen said, calling the situation a shame for France on the international stage. The government is silent, a silence that reflects both its cowardice and impotence. So, I don't really pull up articles by Breitbart too often on here because I think they are pretty biased, but they are actually reporting on this article is called French Police Flee Armed Mob as Paris Riots Spread. So I've been having trouble actually finding USA news about what's going on here. So Breitbart did actually report on all the violence that's been going on. So this article is interesting. This is Politico in Europe. So Marine Le Pen surprised supporters. Politicians won't change anything anyway is a popular sentiment among the Muslim population in Paris's suburbs. So this article is saying that actually the working class and Muslim people in Paris are very supportive of Le Pen. And so here, if she wins, it'll be a good thing. The left and right are all bastards. They promise things and they don't deliver. Let's vote for Le Pen and see what happens. So this is an interesting article. Definitely take a look at this. It's Politico. Marine Le Pen surprised supporters. So it's saying that a lot of people in France who are recent immigrants are likely to vote for Le Pen, which seems interesting to me. I wouldn't have thought so. I would have thought it would be like the typical conservative French people. So if you know anything about this too, post in the comments. And then finally, this article is, according to the Telegraph, it says censoring Marine Le Pen damages a free society. So this is an interesting quote. For me, the most interesting part of the interview with Le Pen wasn't concerning race and religion, but when Le Pen addressed issues of European diplomacy, all highly relevant to the UK. Her take on Russia, reflecting the fact that through the centuries, France has sometimes seen alliance with Russia as a necessary counterweight to German dominance. It resonates with many. So she is not interested in starting anything with Putin or starting a war with Russia or getting involved with the Russian tensions that the United States has been having. So it's interesting that perhaps some of the candidates in France have a hard stance against Russia, but she does not. So I think that's interesting considering all of the news that's been going on in the United States with Russia, and I will probably do another article about that tomorrow. So take a look at this article too. It's censoring Marine Le Pen damages a free society, and that's the Telegraph. So that's just a quick update on what's going on. If you have any idea about what's going on in France right now, post in the comments below, and I hope you have a nice night.